GoPro. So Thursday, we've woken up a bit late, doing some weird hours at work, so we thought we'd go for a nice, big, long walk, which I haven't done for a while. So just leaving Palm Beach, you'll see a sign up here that says Currumbin. I almost figured I just wanted to walk south, go around Currumbin Rock thing, maybe to Tugun, see how excited we get. Might just walk down to Kira or Cooley, maybe even get up to Point Danger or something. It's like blue skies. Yeah, I feel like I need a bit of a break too. I mean, like we're at the end of week 3 for uni. Feels like for like literally the last maybe 2 and a bit weeks, just been sitting on the computer for 6-7 hours a day, reading, doing uni stuff. And your eyes start going weird when you start staring at a screen for too long, GoPro. So I figured it's a good opportunity. We'll go a bit of a walk, see some greenery, see some blueness, see some ocean, and yeah, sort of just take a little bit of a break. I'm almost thinking I might even have a day where I don't even do any uni stuff today. I've got like a tute I can listen into, so I might do that for an hour. But footy starts up tonight, so I might tinker with my fantasy team this afternoon. Do that, have like a good day relaxing. Not relaxing, this will be a good couple hour long walk in the middle of the day in the heat. But at least it's a bit different than the uni, break it up a little bit. It's yeah, it's tough, man. These masters courses yeah, they're pretty full on. Well, you can tell why it's an actual masters. It's not like a vague study area or anything. It's pretty in depth. And I'm making sure I'm doing like all the readings, all the courses, watching all the videos. And even by doing all that, if you're doing like 1 or 2 subjects, yeah, fair enough, but all 4 of them are pretty full on. So it's like if I wasn't doing all that, I'd feel like pretty lost and behind. At least I feel not as overwhelmed as like week 1 when I first started. So I've got my head around the subjects, started the assessments. Yeah, okay GoPro, this is what I was having a chat for really. I was procrastinating. Gonna get you a bit of a view here, mate. So this is the old Currumbin Estuary Bridge. I've walked along the beach side of it, but I don't think I've shown you up here before, mate. So that's alright. It's better than staring at a computer screen, I think, mate. So yeah. So we'll go around there and around. That's the plan, mate. That's the plan. Yeah, the last couple of weeks have been like rainy on the Gold Coast too. It's probably gonna rain this afternoon, but yeah, didn't feel like just sitting on the beach. Felt like actually doing something. So didn't want to do the gym. Didn't want to go for a run. So I figured if we go for like a good couple hour long walk, even if we get to a point where, say I'll get to Cooley, I always just get like the bus back to the highway. So I'm thinking that could be an option too. If we get all the way down, get a bit buggered, come back that way. At least we can clear our head a bit, see a bit of greenery, get away from a computer screen. Watch a bit of footy tonight, have a beer or 2, and then actually go to the uni tomorrow. Do a good sort of 8 hours there. Ah, mate. So that's that. That looks pretty good. I'll turn you off. We'll go around the point, get on the beach, maybe even get a coffee or something. Okay, buddy. GoPro. Walking along the beach there, it's pretty windy, so I didn't really turn you on, mate. So I wouldn't have been able to hear myself think, let alone you be able to hear me. It's still pretty windy. But I'm glad we did this option. I screen. My head's been going loopy GoPro last couple of weeks. Firstly, getting the 4 subjects. It takes you a while to get into what each subject's actually trying to do. But now I'm sort of at the point where they're kind of like crossing over, which is good. Like I was doing an assignment thing yesterday, and you're sort of using like what reference that you got from one subject, using that over to the next one, and that's sort of a good thing, I think, because that's all very similar discipline. It's yeah, different specialities. Like so learning about, I don't know, the different learning environment, or then actually teaching children and adolescents what techniques, what scaffolding you use, and then sort of doing the specialisation of the curriculum too, like the phys ed thing, and doing like the literacy and the numeracy, doing the writing tasks, trying to work out, you know, what style of writing is good for different response, punctuations and syntax and grammar and blah blah blah. You don't care about this GoPro. Let's talk about something funny. Life, that's funny GoPro. Oh, I got work, got uni. Been a few weeks since we chatted. Not much has changed. Work and uni. That's all we're doing really. Work, uni, work and uni. Probably in the midst of the next week, another sort of readings and stuff with uni. Then the week after that we'll probably really hit these assignments. And then yeah, try and get organised that way. But this is lovely. Yeah, we'll burn ourselves out today, go for a massive walk in the heat, maybe get a couple beers, watch the footy, relax tonight, and back at it tomorrow. So it's going to get a bit more windy now, GoPro, getting close to the beach, so you won't be able to hear me, but there you go, mate. Hey GoPro, we're about a good hour or so in, just past North Kira. I feel alright, it's windy so I don't feel that hot. You can't hear what I'm saying, that's why I haven't really been doing too much recording, mate, but I know there's a 7-Eleven up here. Might get a coffee, go around the point. Might even just go like that Woolworths at Cooley there, above Cooley Hotel. Get some snacks for tonight, and then try and work out whether we want to walk back or get the bus back. I reckon I might even see if I can push through and just sort of walk it out. Otherwise, I feel a bit lazy and the bus really, GoPro. And the whole reason I'm doing this, I want to be outside, getting some air, getting some sun, getting away from the computer. If I get the bus back, just back to the apartment. The whole idea was to get out of there, so might even go up here, get a coffee. I've got a banana and a muesli bar in the bag. Might just get a bench, chill out for 10 minutes, and then keep wandering along, mate. Might even think of something interesting to say to you, GoPro. I like talking to you. Unless you want to hear about Vygotsky's zone of proximal development and scaffolding learning lessons, that's all my brain's got at the moment. Nothing too exciting. Unless you're doing your masters in teaching, then it's pretty exciting stuff. There you go, mate. Alright, GoPro. Kira Point. Got our 7-Eleven coffee. Yeah. I know, GoPro. I lived down this area for a while. It's one of the good ones. Sometimes it's good when you haven't been here for a while. You appreciate it a little bit better on a nice sunny day like today. Thought of something for you, GoPro. It's all about context and awareness and all that sort of stuff. So you know, like when if you're into something, you keep seeing those sorts of things. I remember when I first got my Ford Territory, all I seemed to notice was Ford Territories on the road. And now that I'm doing a teaching degree, I tend to sort of notice children interactions, different things like that. So in one of my subjects at the moment, so the subject we're studying is literacy and numeracy. So with literacy and numeracy, there's a big thing on language and how your your language is so important. What words you emphasize, professional speak, but also being realistic speak with your children, your students, having the boundaries, being professional, that sort of stuff. And I literally just saw coming out of Kira Surf, father literally just yell and swear at his daughter. Kid would have been 3-4 years old, walking across, and the guy's going, fucking, well, what the fuck are you going to do then? And no reaction from her, apart from, drop her head, kicking stones. If that's what she's dealing with on a day-to-day basis, god damn. I was doing a thing, I think 2 weeks ago, about understanding children, learning environment. It was all about, okay, kids from different socio-economic backgrounds, different families. Some kids might not have a mother or father, might be a refugee. You never know what you're dealing with in your classroom. But then when you literally see it, like, you got dad swearing at your kid for, I don't know, wanting a toy or something at a shop or not walking on the side of the road. If she's dealing with that on a day-to-day basis, to come into class and you sort of be, I don't know, I haven't really got anything to compare it to, but if you're sort of talking to maybe, sort of 20, 30 students, they're all going to come from different places to be in that position, so you've got to sort of, choose your words, talk to 30 people, try and address one person. Just interesting, GoPro. Yeah, that whole context thing, awareness. I found it heap with conspiracies. Like, I'm right into conspiracies, GoPro, but sometimes they're overwhelming. Like, you're into, 9/11, Sandy Hook, lizard people, David Icke, different realities, third dimensions, aliens, cloning centers. And then you think everything's a conspiracy. So you think, like, my initial reaction to that Muslim thing in the mosque in New Zealand was, okay, who's really behind it? What are they trying to achieve? And the one I came to think of was kind of shut everyone up about George Pell, didn't it? So that whole thing was getting massive, and no one's talking about the Catholic Church and George Pell. They're all talking about Muslims and terrorists and changing the Facebook rules. So yeah, so if you think of something, it almost becomes encompassing GoPro. So me doing all this like study stuff about students, being awareness, creating a learning environment, having empathy, critical reflection, all that garbage. I'm actually noticing children more. It sounds weird, like a bit creepy, but actually looking at them, interacting with them, things like that. Sort of noticing their interactions, how they interact with people, especially if your dad's like swearing at you. Yeah, so I think that's probably the most insightful we're going to be today, GoPro. We're sort of cruising around here very coolly. Might turn you off, grab a seat. Might even go up here. This looks a bit relaxing. Almost want to be out of the sun for a bit. I know it sort of gets a bit cruisy up there. Might pull up here. Yeah, this could be us over here. Little park bench. Have our banana, muesli bar, and then we'll go across the road to the shops. But yeah, it's it's always good down here. Does that give you much more? This is one of those places, GoPro. Lived here for a good 5 years, and it's always development, but it's always the same. If you're here anywhere every day, nobody wears off. You're coming down here, say there. Maybe once a week, come down here, GoPro, Uni's up the road. Nice little spot, it's a good walk. Don't even know the time, it's just have a look. Stop for a coffee at the 7-Eleven. Other than that, literally just walk through. What time now, buddy? 10 to 1, 2:30. It's an hour and 40 minutes. That's me. I know I did. From where I am to Palm Beach. Up to North Burleigh and back. It was about a 3-hour walk. It's all on the same pace. About an hour and a half each way. Combined total 3 hours. And it'll be sweet. Yeah, I don't think we're going to go bus with the walk to GoPro. We get sweaty. Back's a bit drippy, maybe a bit toasty. Put sunny on. But yeah. Just interesting GoPro. This guy literally just swore his head off his kid. Poor little girl just had to take it. Imagine what sort of drug dependency, sex addict she's going to become in 10 years. Without the intervention of awesome teachers like myself, GoPro. That can mould and sculpt these young adults to become future leaders of our country, of our nation, of this dimension. Oh man, about where we're at. I'll turn you off because I'm just really just chatting away. It's good to have a chat, GoPro. I like you, buddy. GoPro. I think I just gave you an awesome conversation and it wasn't even recording, which I think is pretty funny. I was just telling you about how I've hit a wall and I want to have a chat with you to to stave off the temptation crossing over there and getting a bus back. So this is a good hour walk, so we'll do this rather than taking the bus. Dear. GoPro. It's a bit of a walk, We knew this, but no. We're in the thick of it now. It was windy. It's nice to look at. I don't know what you can see behind me. Pretty similar. But there you got the water, tension, no beef, flags. It's all very pretty. Maybe it's the clouds. When you sort of blue skies and sunshine, you're out and about, but as soon as it gets sort of grey and cloudy, yeah, you kind of just find those psychological things, I think. GoPro, that might be why sun is associated with a nice happy face and cloud is, ooh, cranky face man. GoPro, I'm not really giving you anything, I'm just chatting away. My arm's getting sore, shoulders getting sore. Let's go this way. Oh, how's that work? I'm not left-handed, but that would do. Yeah, let me think of something to tell you, GoPro. What have I got? Uni, win that. You've heard about that. Yeah, conspiracy. I reckon, in some weird way, the Catholic Church had something to do with the mosque shooting. Would shut up about Pell. The Spotlight, that movie came out, and people don't realise how high George Pell was. The last thing I saw that was actually decent was, it was like number 3. He had the Pope, some other guy, and then Pell. It shows you how high up these freaks are. But it's yeah. So in some weird way, it'd be very hard to connect those dots, GoPro. It'd have to be some sort of, I don't know, it's hard to even speculate, GoPro. That's a pretty weird theory to think about it. So you have to talk about sleeper cells, ready to go. So whatever they've done to make this guy, his handlers or his influencers are like, yep, now's the day, today's the day. But yeah, that's a weird conspiracy, GoPro. These ones, once you start getting into it, it goes, how deep does the rabbit hole go? And then you get a bit scary. Human cloning, third dimensions, aliens. This is going for a nice little walk on a Thursday afternoon, but that's enough of that.